Hello, welcome to yoga. Today we are going to be focusing in on the neck, shoulders. We'll do a little bit of work into the back and we will work into the core as well because I know you love that. Okay, right. So let's get started. We are going to start sat on a block. Okay, we're going to pay attention to our posture. So let's sit up nice and tall. Option here, if you want to sit in butterfly, you can bring the feet together and allow the knees to open. Use something to just bring the knees up though to support the knees, or it's going to feel like a lot. If, like me, you're a lot happier in a cross-legged position, then go ahead and do that. I want you to be happy and comfortable for the next couple of minutes, okay? Move the fleshy part of the bottom out of the way. Find the sit bones and then anchor down. All right, I want you to really feel that the bones connecting to the block. If you're sat on a block, if you're happy to be sat on the floor, then that's perfect too. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. I want you to imagine that belly button of yours being pulled towards your spine. So really draw in that lower core, okay? So you're really finding that lovely focus through the core area. Sitting up tall, thinking shoulders stacked over the top of the hips. We're going to bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then just roll them back down. Just take a couple of these just to find what feels good. Find where they rest. Just move into that space and just take them forward, just rolling them over. Okay, and then when you're ready, just find where they sit. Okay, maybe a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a movement, just to find what feels good. Then I invite you to close your eyes. You don't have to. You can soften the gaze. You can do what you like. If you close off your eyes, I want you to take an inhale and just grow just a little bit taller. See if you can find space between the vertebrae. Remember keeping that core just switched on. On your next inhale, can you grow just a little bit taller? Just a little bit. Imagine the length of the neck, okay? So you're really thinking here about where your neck position is. So if you notice that your chin is just beginning to drop towards your chest, see if you can just lift it ever so slightly so that the chin is parallel to the floor. Growing tall through the crown of the head. Okay, so we're going to start with some even breathing just to get ourselves into the moment. Up to you if you want to close your eyes, up to you whether you want to take your a hand to the belly, to the chest to have something physical to breathe into. If my breath pattern doesn't work for yours, then do your own. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your eyes closed. Remember to grow tall through the crown of the head. Check where the shoulders are. Have they lifted up towards the ears? If they have, just encourage a little bit of space. Core still pulled in, that security through the spine. And then set yourself an intention for today's practice. Whatever it might be for you. Hold it in your mind's eye. Just holding it there. And when you're ready, you can open up the eyes. Lovely. We're going to switch out those legs. So if you're in a cross-legged position, just switch them out, finding that openness through the other side. From here, let's take the hands to the back of the head. Open through the chest. So drawing those elbows to the opposite walls, thinking about opening that chest up, Keeping the core switched on still. Let's drop that right elbow, lift through the left side. With an inhale, can we lift, lengthen, bring that right elbow down just a little bit more. One more time, take an inhale, lift and lengthen. Can we come down just a little bit more? Noticing whether that left shoulder is dropping. If it is, then just come back up a little bit more. It doesn't matter, but we want to get that really nice openness through that left side. Coming back up, let's take it down the left side. Left elbow drops, right elbow lifts. Take an inhale, reaching up, that right elbow reaches, and then we come down just a little bit more. On your next inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, come down just a little bit more into opening through that right side body. And then coming back up. From here, let's take that right elbow down, lift that, right hand down, lift through that left elbow. Open through that left side body, bring that right elbow in towards the body, open through the right shoulder. Can we come just a little bit lower? Okay, little challenge here. Switch the core on. You're going to want to use it, okay? That right arm is going to start to lift. You know what's going to happen, don't you? That left arm is going to lift. So keeping the chest open, keeping that left shoulder back, you're going to start to notice that left arm moves forward, keeping it back. Those obliques here are really supporting you. Hanging here, just noticing if that left knee begins to lift, then come up a little bit higher so you're not straining, not gripping. Okay, coming back up here, bringing those hands up towards the ceiling. Lift the gaze, open through the throat, allowing the nose and the chin to come towards the ceiling. Keep control of the neck, but open through the throat space. And then bring the gaze back, okay? From here, take the hands to the back of the head. Inhale, grow nice and tall through the crown of the head, and then that left elbow is going to come down. Right elbow is going to lift. Left hand comes down, bring the elbow in towards the body, open through the left shoulder. Right arm is going to lift. Find that stretch. Taking the gaze towards the ceiling if it's comfortable. Bringing it back, switch that core on. You need it. Left hand is going to lift. Again, notice if that right shoulder comes forward, come up a little bit higher, keeping those shoulders nice and level. And then find your edge. We don't want to be straining. We don't want to be gripping. If that right knee is lifting, come back up. It doesn't matter if you come back up and then come back down again. Just finding what's going to work for you. Okay, from here, coming back up, lift the gaze, open through the throat, bring that nose up towards the ceiling, spread through the fingertips. Now draw the shoulders back in, find a little bit of space around the ears. Head comes back down, walk those fingertips forward. Okay, so keep those fingertips down, but the palms lifted. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, walk those fingertips forward. Push down into the fingertips to find that really nice anchor towards the block that you're sat on or the floor. Let's walk the fingertips over to the right hand side. Push down through the fingertips. That left sit bone really connects down to the mat. Take an inhale, lift through the chest, find length. Exhale, come a little bit lower. Left hand can place down on top of the right. Drop the left shoulder ever so slightly. Deep stretch through that left side. And then walk the hands through center, over to the left hand side. This time thinking about that inhale, lift the chest, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, fold over. Maybe this time the right hand places on top of the left, that right shoulder drops ever so slightly. Find that anchor into the right sit bone. Deep stretch through that right side. And then come all the way back to center. Walk the hands back in. Take the hands behind you. We're going to just have the fingertips pointing the back wall. Roll the shoulders back and down. From here, on your next inhale, lift the chest towards the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you exhale, just allow the body to roll forward. Imagining your cat-cows here. Take an inhale, open through the chest, roll the shoulders back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. As you exhale, round through the spine, those shoulders drop forward. Let's take one more. Take an inhale, shoulders back, squeeze them together, lift through the chest. Exhale, bring those shoulders back, round through the spine. Walk those fingertips forward, just rest them in front of you. Really concentrate here on that rounding of the spine. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Take a stretch through the neck. And then when you're ready, come to sit back up. Beautiful. All right, from here, let's take the right leg in front of us. Let's move that block out of the way. Bring that left foot into the inner thigh on the right side. We're going to reach that right hand down towards the toes. We're going to open the chest up towards the ceiling, lifting the left arm. From here, just bringing that left arm over the top, imagining it's going to touch the toes. We all know it's a very long way away. Push down through that left knee so we have that openness through the left hip. Take a moment here, push through the heel on the right side. And then we're going to take that left hand down behind us. You know where we're going. Reach that right hand forward. Take that really nice reach. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Find openness through the front body. Right hand can go wherever it feels good. Push down through the pinky edge side of that right foot. Squeeze the glutes. Open through that front body as the hips lift. Keep control of the neck, but you might want to open through the throat if it feels good. And then slowly sink the hips all the way back down. And let's switch it out. Left leg comes long, right foot into the inner thigh. From here, sitting up nice and tall, bring that left hand towards the foot. Right arm is going to lift. Perfectly fine if this is as far as you get. If you want to get a little bit further, that right hand can just start to sweep over the top, starting to lift that chest towards that side wall, opening through the chest. Try and keep that right arm reaching over so you can get a really nice stretch down that right side body. Notice what's happening with that left foot. Is it all floppy and really not particularly active? Push through that left heel. Keep the toes towards the ceiling. And then let's go again. That right hand is going to sweep all the way around. Take that right hand behind you. That left arm sweeps round. Start to lift through the hips, squeezing the glutes. Open through that front body. Keep control, but drop the neck, or drop the head, I should say. Open through the throat. Push down through the pinky edge side of that left foot. Squeeze the glutes. And then slowly sink that bottom back down. Really nice. Okay. Just for a moment, bring those feet in towards you, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe that feels good, a little bit of bounce through the knees. If it doesn't, then don't do it. If you're really tight here in the inner thigh, then pop some blocks underneath just to lift and support those knees. But doing what feels good for you, just take hold of the feet, sitting up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, just take the small forward fold. Doesn't matter where you get to, we want to feel the stretch down the inner thighs, but we're pretty early in the practice, so we don't want to be pushing too hard. We actually don't want to really be moving towards our edge. We just want to find that gentle stretch. It's all about being kind to ourselves. Take an inhale, lift through the chest, lengthen through the spine, move the belly out of the way. Just take a little bit more of a fold. Okay. From here, nice and slowly bring those knees back up together. Give yourself a hug together. Hug those shins. Bring the forehead down to the knees. Use the opportunity to really push against the skin on the back. So really round through the spine. Find the stretch across the shoulders. Okay. And then when you're ready, sitting up nice and tall, what we're going to do is cross over the ankles, come into an all fours position, come into a table. Bring those hands underneath the shoulders and bring those knees underneath the hips. Okay, so just moving through your spine, taking it into lots of different directions just to feel good. So for me, I'm suffering with a bit of lower back pain, so I'm a little bit of a wiggler at the moment. So fine to be moving and doing what feels good for you. If you want a more traditional cat-cow, then of course go ahead and do that. So rounding through the spine, trying to take the movement from the pelvis, dropping the tummy, opening the throat, and then rounding through the spine, taking the gaze between the hands or between the hands and the knees. Maybe it's going to feel a little bit better for you to come back into a child's pose and then push back up. So just finding what feels good. If something doesn't feel particularly good, then don't do it again. Okay. And then maybe taking your spine into some circular motions, dropping down through the elbows, and then pushing all the way back up. Moving through the wrists. I imagine lots of us have been sat for quite a lot of the day, so this is going to feel quite freeing for your spine. Tight shoulders, tight neck, all of that. When you're ready, we're going to come back to our table. Okay, so from here, we're going to extend that right leg away. We're going to keep the foot off of the ground and we're going to draw the core in. We want to be really strong here. So think about that belly button coming towards the spine. From here, we're just going to take some circles with the big toe. Imagine you're drawing some circles. The wider that leg goes, the harder it's going to feel. Taking your time here. Really focus on that core activation. So if you think, gosh, I haven't got a very strong core at this exact moment in time, take tiny circles, or even don't take circles at all. It takes a lot to lift a heavy leg. Take it in the other direction. The slower you go, the bigger the challenge. And then pause there, bring that right knee down. Let's go on the left side, left leg is going to extend away. Again, reset, bring that core in. Once you're ready, start with some circles, start small, you can always build. Feel into the obliques, keeping your leg nice and stable as it comes back in towards the body. Remember, the bigger the circle, the harder your core is going to have to work. Working into the glutes as well. And then taking it in the other direction. Maybe you've got a preferred side, a stronger side. Maybe you're finding one direction much more challenging than the other. Okay. And then when you're ready, just pausing and then bringing that left knee down. We're going to take the feet together. We're going to take the knees as wide as the mat, sink the bottom back onto the heels, walk the hands away, spider up the fingertips so the palms are lifting, and then take that chest down, the forehead down towards the mat. Taking some really nice deep breaths here, allowing the belly to come between the thighs. Okay, from here, coming back into your table, tuck the toes, draw the knees back underneath the hips, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to play around with a little bit of core work here. So tucking those toes, draw the core in, hover the knees. Okay, so this is quite a lot already. This is too much, just come back to your table, okay? So we're going to hover the knees, we're going to extend the right leg away, push through the heel. If this becomes too much at any point, then take that left knee down, okay? It's no bother. So keeping the hips level, making sure you're not rocking onto one side. Focus on bringing that core in. Really focus in on it. Check the breath, make sure you're not holding the breath. Okay, from here, extend the left leg away and then bring that right knee back underneath the hip. So pushing through that left side, keeping that right knee hovering. If that's too much, remember you can drop the right knee. Keep breathing, keep that core in. Okay, bring that left foot back in, take the knees down, untuck the toes, take a breath, and then walk the hands forward, find a puppy pose, sink the chest down, the bottom stacked over the top of the knees. Allow the forehead to come down. Maybe if you've got space, hands can come together and pass over the head so that the thumbs are touching the nape of the neck. Really spread through the fingertips here, thinking about the chest moving down towards the mat, the openness through the shoulders. Okay, passing the hands back over the head. Spider up the fingertips on the right side. Slide the left arm underneath, rest on top of that left shoulder. And then if you would like to extend through that right leg, pushing the toes down, straightening that right leg to get the stretch down the back of the leg, then go ahead and do that. Okay, taking that right knee to the floor if you have it extended, bringing that left arm from out and left hand places down. Right arm is going to slide underneath left, rest on top of that right shoulder. And then again, that left leg can extend to push through the heel. Okay, left knee bends, bring it down, left hand pushes down into the mat, come back into your table, and then we will go again. Tuck the toes, hover the knees. Think here about pushing the hands down into the mat, draw the belly under. Holding it here, extend the right leg away, holding it here. Extend the left leg away, holding it here. Bring the right leg back in, just hovering that knee. Left knee comes back in, hovering in our table. Okay, right leg comes away, find a plank as the left leg joins. Squeeze the glutes, push down those hands into the mat. Core, imagine that core drawing up and in towards the front of the hand, so you're really switched on. Bend the knees, send the chest back towards the thighs. Get a deep stretch underneath the feet, and then begin to send the bottom up towards the ceiling. Take your opportunity now to really pedal through the feet. No rush, pedal it out. Find the stretch through the calves, through the hamstrings, the release through the lower back.
Push the hands down into the mat. Look at the elbow creases. Are they looking at one another? Wrap the triceps round. Really, really feel that movement of the openness of the shoulders. And then when you're ready, take the right leg high. Open the hips to the right side, drop that back foot towards the bottom. Squeeze the glutes, bring that foot in, find the quad stretch and the groin stretch. That right foot is going to come to the outside of the right hand. So with our hands connected to the mat, just spend a moment moving through the hip space. So you might be rocking over the balls of the feet. You might be someone who just prefers to be really static. It's up to you, but just finding whatever feels good, taking the opportunity with the hands down on the mat to feel really secure here. From here, back knee is going to come down, untuck the toes. Left hand down, open the chest to the right side as you lift through the right hand. Let's find some space. That right hand's going to wrap all the way behind us to top, touch the top of that left thigh. Open that right shoulder back. Taking the gaze towards the side wall or over the shoulder. Okay, bringing it all the way back round. That right hand is going to come to the inside of that right knee. We're going to move so that we end up on the knife edge of that right foot. If you're tight in the hips, keep the foot flat. If you've got a little bit of movement, then you can begin to lift the sole of that foot and then draw the chest round to the right side, sinking that left hip down so you find that openness through the hip flexor. Slowly bringing that right foot down. From here, get a block. If you've got one nearby, we're going to come up into our low lunge. Take the block down to the right side, lift that left arm high, and then take an opening through that left side. Thinking about inhaling, lifting, lengthening, exhaling, taking that left hand towards that right wall. Again, sinking the hips forward and down. Find that stretch through the hip flexor. From here, coming back up, we're going to sink the weight back over that left knee. The right toes up towards the ceiling. Belly comes in, lift, lengthen, always lift and lengthen through the spine, and then begin to fold down over that right leg. Careful that that right hip doesn't start to go in that direction. Draw the hip back in line with the body, making sure that the hips are nice and level. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold a little bit more. Okay, bringing the foot flat. Let's swap the block to the other side. We know we're going to want it. Take the hands down, tuck the back toes, lift through the back knee. Take that right foot back to join the left. We are in our plank. Okay. From here, inhale the body weight forward. Stay here. Elbows close to the body, nice and slowly, with control, lower down. And then from here, a couple of options. You can make a little pillow with the hands stacked on top of each other and just rest your forehead there. In fact, this is where we'll start. Start to squeeze the glutes. Start to activate the core so you know you are strong. We are just going to lift the right leg, then the left. So imagine that you are just simply swimming with your legs. So we're just kicking. Okay, we want to make sure that we are building a strong back. We are making sure our core is working. Really imagine the belly button drawing in towards the spine. Really squeeze the glutes. If you want a little bit more and you are healthy in the back, you can extend the arms, have a little bit of space around the ears, and then you can lift one and then the other on the opposite side. So if the right leg is lifting, the left arm is lifting. If the, can't do it. If the right arm is lifting, the left leg is lifting. I'm sure you got there way quicker than I could explain it. Okay, so we're taking opposite arms, opposite legs. Really, really focus on your core engagement. For me, it's too much. I can't do it. So I'm just going to work through the legs. We're going to go just for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep everything squeezing. 2 and 1. Take the forehead down to your little pillow. Make a pillow with the hands. Windscreen wiper those legs from side to side. Okay, from here, taking the feet flat, just allow yourself to open through the chest. So up to you, you can come into a cobra or baby cobra, take the forearms down, stack the shoulders over the elbows, and then begin to push down into the forearms. Draw the belly button forward as you squeeze the glutes. Fine, think about the length of the front body really growing. If this feels good for you, perfect. If you've got more, you can go into an upward dog, take the hands underneath the shoulders, and then begin to lift the chest, drawing the thighs off of the mat, drawing the belly button forward, squeezing the glutes, push down through the shoelace side of the feet. And then when you're ready, come back. Take the hands back to a pillow, drop the forehead, windscreen wiper those legs from side to side, take the pressure off of the back. Okay, when you're ready, take the feet flat, tuck the toes, hands underneath the shoulders. When you're ready, elbows to the back of the room, engage the core, engage the glutes, come up to plank in 3, 2, and 1. Nice strong plank. Push back through the heels, keep the bottom nice and low, lower than the shoulders, I should say. Push through the hands. Okay, looking good. We could hang out here all day. That's how strong we are. Okay. Bend through the knees, chest to thighs, lengthen through the spine, and then send your bottom back up into your down dog. Walk out the heels. Wiggle through the bottom. Do what you need to do, pedal those heels, whatever it is. Check in with the hands, check in with the elbow creases, looking at one another, wrap the triceps, sink the heels down. Remember, no problem to have a nice deep bend into the knees to keep a long spine. The point of this pose is to keep a long spine. Okay, from here, let's lift that left leg. 3-legged dog. Open the hips to the left, drop that left foot towards the bottom, squeeze the glutes, find that quad stretch and that groin stretch, holding it here. Okay, from here, that left foot is going to come to the outside of that left hand, keeping the hands down. Just taking a moment to move over the balls of the feet, just finding that space through the hips. And then when you're ready, drop the right knee, untuck the toes, right hand's going to come down, open the left hand towards the ceiling, then the chest towards the left side. Maybe the gaze comes up towards the ceiling. That left hand can wrap all the way behind you. Open that left shoulder out. Let's combat sitting at a desk all day. Boo, hiss, boo. Okay. From here, coming back round, we're going to take the right hand down. We're going to take that left hand to the inner left thigh or to the knee. Come to the knife edge of that left foot if it feels good, if you have that movement here. If you don't, keep your foot flat. Start to bring the chest round to the left side, sinking that hip down to find that really nice stretch through the hip flexor. If you can't quite reach the floor, this is a time when you want to use your brick to make sure that you're bringing the floor to you. Props are our friends, okay? I have definitely noticed that in the last year, that there's loads of stuff I can do now because I'm using props. Okay, bring that left foot flat. And then from here, coming up into our low lunge, taking the block to the left side, lift the right arm high. Take a forward, not a forward fold, a side fold here. So side bend, bringing that right hand all the way over towards the left side. That really nice stretch down that right side body and through the hip flexor on that right side. Okay, right hand's going to come down. Take the weight over that right knee, and that left foot is going to point towards the ceiling. Use a block for some stability. Keep the hips nice and level. Take an inhale, lift, lengthen, move the belly out of the way. Begin to fold over that left leg. Doesn't matter where you get to, you just want to feel that stretch down the back of the leg. Again, lift, lengthen on your inhale. As you exhale, imagine the nose coming towards that big toe. Check out what's happening with that left hip, drawing it back in towards the body, switching that stretch on just a little bit more. And then bending through that front knee, taking the block to the top of the mat. Take the hands down, bring that left knee to join the right in your tabletop. Sorry, totally forgotten that. In your tabletop. Take a moment just to make any movements or adjustments that you might need to. Maybe finding a child pose. Moving, finding what's feeling good for you. And then when you're ready, just cross over the ankles and just extending those legs in front of you. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to make our way down towards our final Savasana. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, up to you how you get there, but just taking your time. Perhaps you want to bring your feet up into a boat position, drawing the core in, keeping the chest nice and open. And then just very, very slowly, making your way down, very, very slowly, towards your final Savasana. There's no rush. Yeah, I'm down. And then when you're ready, just making yourself comfortable, popping on jumper if you need to. Maybe if you've got any lower back issues, you want to keep the feet flat, maybe the knees just joined together, just allowing yourself just to take any pressure off of the lower back. And just allowing yourself a little bit of time to focus in on your breath. Taking a moment to close off the eyes. And then today, we're just going to be thinking about gratitude. I mean, how nice is that? It's pretty good. So I want you to find yourself a comfortable position. All distractions removed. Settle in. Close off the eyes. And then starting to turn your gaze inwards. Focusing just on yourself. Noticing the heaviness on the mat as you begin to just relax. You've done the hard work. And now this is just for you. Feel grounded through all of your contact points to the mat. Notice the feel of the fabric that supports you. Growing heavy and then heavier still. Today we're going to be exploring gratitude. Start to pay attention to your breath by taking mindful breaths in through the nose and then releasing breaths out through the mouth. Breathe in for a count of 4
And then release for a count of 4. Or just simply find your own rhythm. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. I'd like you to start to think about how lucky you are. I mean, what are you grateful for? Take a moment. Can you name 3 things? See if you can hold them in your mind's eye. Visualize them and visualize your gratitude for them. As you inhale, allow yourself to clearly see what you are thankful for. And if your mind starts to wander, it's okay. Accept those thoughts, observe them without judgment, but then allow your attention to focus back to your breath and the things that you are grateful for. Keep breathing. All you need to do right now is simply breathe. Drench yourself in gratitude, noticing how the simple act of focusing in on something makes you feel so amazing. The emptiness of the mind, the calm of the breath. You breathe in, you breathe out. Noticing how much happier you are when you take a moment to notice the smaller things, the things that mean so much. You simply breathing in and breathing out. Starting now to begin to bring your awareness to the space that you are holding. Perhaps you're noticing the heaviness on the mat. Almost you feel lighter, but your body is heavy. Starting to notice the wider world around you, moving through the toes, moving through the fingertips. Taking a moment right now to revisit your intention from the beginning of class. Enjoying that feeling of relaxation, of gratitude, and just knowing that you can always take a moment just for yourself and you can be right back here again. Maybe taking the arms above the head, stretching out through one side then the other. Wiggling those toes, moving those toes, fingertips, and then when you're ready, nice and slowly make your way back up to a seated position. And I will be there.